if you allow these things to happen for a period of time, one day medical research will come and show you how doing yoga destroys your system. It's not just that they're going to hurt their body, they will bring calamities into their life. It'll go and cause cellular damage. So now they're doing yoga at 42 degrees centigrade. When I saw this is insanity. In terms of yoga getting all distorted, it is a serious concern because the type of yoga that is going on, particularly, though I come from the stables of Hatha Yoga, I never thought I should teach Hatha Yoga because I didn't want to put people through such long processes because I have other ways of doing things. I thought we will never really teach Hatha Yoga except as a preparation for some long meditation programs, just 40 days, 60 days kind of preparation. But in the last 5-6 years, I've seen many, I think I've taken off at least 2 dozen reasonably popular yoga teachers in America to stop teaching because I just pointed out what they were doing and how it is impacting their lives. See, doing improper yoga is not just that they're going to hurt their body, they will bring calamities into their life. Because what you need to understand is, Hatha Yoga, the simple physical form of yoga, is a way of aligning your system with the cosmic geometry. If you do it wrong, you not just may cause physical damage, you will bring situations in your life which are completely disastrous for you. Whether your life works smoothly and constantly, successfully, or constantly you're in a pit depends on how well aligned or you're disaligned with the whole process. So Hatha Yoga is one way of aligning. It is a more physically, probably in today's world, more difficult way of doing it, but there is a certain beauty to it because it gives you health, it gives you well-being, at the same time it gives you success and focus and a different level of blissfulness in the body which very few people experience. If you just sit here, how my body feels right now, I won't exchange this for anything. So why you don't go for a drink or a drug or something else which is physically whatever is simply because you're in a better state than all those things. If I was miserable, maybe I would also drink.
Yeah.
If there was something going to elevate you for some time, why don't you do it? But when everything is so fantastic, why do you want to mess it up with something? That's a question. It's not a moral decision. It is just a question of if you're living in a better place, why do you want to come down to a more gross and basic kind of thing? So when you're able to manage your own chemistry the way you want it, why would you want to throw chemicals into the system? It's as simple as that. Now the California court ruled that if yoga has to enter the schools, you must remove all the Indian names. So Padmasana is being renamed as crisscross applesauce. I'm not joking. To teach the children crisscross applesauce. Looks like Padmasana. I must cry, but I'm laughing. So when I saw these yogic systems which are growing and becoming popular in America, I would like to name people and whatever because for many reasons. For example, these days it's become a fad for people to do yoga in 42 degrees centigrade temperature. The classical yoga always prescribes, if you do any yogic process, you must either do it before 8:30 or 9 in the morning or after 4:30 in the evening, because you must do it in the cooler hours. When you do any yogic practice, particularly Hatha Yoga, you will develop an enormous amount of Ushna. Ushna is not to be understood as temperature alone. It causes temperature, but it is not temperature by itself. The whole Ayurvedic system functions on Ushna, Shita and Pitta.
Absolutely.
So Ushna is one aspect because the yogi always wants to keep his Ushna slightly above the normal. Because the yogi's main concern is his perception, that he wants his perception to be unhindered. So anything that comes in its way, he wants it to be burnt out in the system. He doesn't want any excess mucus in the system, he does not want any excess fluids in the system, he wants to keep it slightly hotter than what is normal. So when you practice Hatha Yoga, the whole system is created to generate that Ushna. So always you must do it in the cooler hours, otherwise it'll go and cause cellular damage. So now they're doing yoga at 42 degrees centigrade. When I saw this is insanity. If you allow these things to happen for a period of time, one day medical research will come and show you how doing yoga destroys your system. It's not far away. Already some articles in New York Times have come and they've been circulated all over, how yoga is damaging to the system. If you allow this kind of yoga to flourish, that will be the conclusion in another 5 to 10 years, and immediately everybody will drop it. Right now it's rising without any papacy anywhere, simply by its sheer efficacy, it's just rising all over the world. You will kill that. So that's the reason I decided we must train Hatha Yoga teachers in classical Hatha Yoga. 21 weeks, a dedicated, focused time. They've never been through any training in their life like this. They think being a yoga teacher means dressing up in a certain way and, using a few Indian words. So now we're really putting them through works, 21 weeks. And this will produce definitely more stable teachers who will take yoga in its right format, so that tomorrow if somebody is doing yoga, any kind of scientific study you conduct on them should be an absolute thumbs up, for sure, on all levels, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and in ways that they don't understand.
Patanjali describes the third limb of yoga, which is asana, as sthiram sukham asanam. It simply means that your body is at ease, mind is at ease, and your energy is at full vibrance and balance. So now you are naturally meditative. You will find full potential to your life. Sadhanas and yogasanas are actually the very powerful means to connect. The whole system of yoga is about enhancing perception. But today, yoga is simply becoming ugly because people start taking it like a circus. The way yoga is happening, especially in the West, and also it has started now in India, is literally scary because all kinds of things are being done in the name of yoga. That is not yoga. People think yoga is about sculpting the body and showing it off. But actually, this is to make the body a very fantastic vessel, a fabulous device to receive the divine. So, just now we all heard from Sadhguru about yoga, about how it can cause cellular damage to our body. And not only this, these can lead to serious health implications along with mental imbalance if someone is not performing it in the correct manner. And even many of them are facing it too. It is just that we are not aware of the information or the news. So let's see some common yoga mistakes that one should avoid. Even if you are doing it, you must avoid it. With this, the first comes yoga and music. Nowadays, it has become like a trend that people like to hear music in whatever they do. They just want to get engaged with the music and not with the work. And even they are doing it while performing yoga. Even some of them use mirrors in front of them while practicing asana. But actually, it is a very wrong approach of practicing yoga. There should never be a mirror or music when you practice any asana or yoga or sadhana. Hatha Yoga demands a certain involvement of your body, mind, energy, and the innermost core. If you want to get the involvement of that which is the source of creation within you, your mind, your body, your energy must be absolutely involved. You should approach it with a certain reverence and certain focus, not just going playing music and doing something. This has become one of the biggest problem in yoga studios, that the yoga teacher is doing asanas and speaking. This is a sure way that can cause damage to yourself. Talking while doing any asana is not just a norm, it's a rule. You never ever speak in posture. The breath, the mental focus, and the stability of energy is most important when we are doing any kind of asana. And if we speak, that will be lost, or we will destroy all that. Now, here's a simple real life story that has also happened in Sadhguru's life, which clearly reminds us that we should never ever listen to music or speak while performing yoga or do any kind of stuffs while performing yoga. A few years ago, when Sadhguru was in America, he was invited to speak in a yoga studio by someone. So when he entered the yoga studio, he literally witnessed that the main person who has invited him, she was sitting in a certain posture and was speaking and teaching yoga to her students. Sadhguru, as soon as he witnessed it, he just stood there. And that woman, she came to Sadhguru, welcomed him. But Sadhguru, because he has witnessed such a big thing, he took her aside and talked to her that if you are doing this, you might be facing this problem. And the woman who invited him, you won't agree, she said that she was facing the exact same problems, mental and health problems, as Sadhguru said. This is what yoga can do to you if really you are not doing it in the correct manner. So, knowing all these, after about 1.5 years, she gave up teaching yoga. Similarly, a lot of people who have done improper yoga have lost their mental balance. Now, don't become afraid, because these all things happen not because yoga is dangerous. Stupidity has always been a dangerous thing on the planet. You do something stupid and it will cause damage to you. So do ensure that you don't speak or listen to music while performing yoga. If you see many of the yoga teachers, like the yoga teachers in Isha Yoga Center, and also some of very renowned yoga teachers also, you will see that they never ever speak and do asana. Rather, they will speak and somebody else will be doing asana. The same thing one must do. One must never perform both things together. So with this, moving towards our second mistake is practicing yoga through an yoga book. Now today, if we enter any major bookstore, we can find a minimum of 15 to 20 different yoga books. How to learn yoga in 7 days, how to become a yogi in 21 days, and many other things. Do you know that many people has caused immense damage to themselves because of practicing yoga through books? It seems to be very simple at the first, but as we do it, we can find that it is a very subtle aspect. This has to be done with a proper understanding and proper guidance. Without this, one can get into deep trouble. A book can inspire you, but it is not meant to teach a practice. So keep this in mind. And with this, we move to our third major yoga mistake, is thinking that yoga is a great exercise regime. Now, we all know that the physical body is a whole memory structure. Sadhguru says that if you are really willing to read this physical body, everything about how this cosmos evolved from nothingness to this point is written in this body. When you do asanas, you are actually opening up the memory system and trying to restructure the life towards an ultimate possibility. If Hatha Yoga is taught in a proper atmosphere, it is a fantastic process of shaping your system into a fantastic vessel, a fabulous device to receive the divine. But if fitness is what you are seeking, if you want six-pack abs, you can go for a gym. Yoga is not an exercise. There is another dimension attached to it, a different dimension of fitness. Yes, you get health out of it, but not the six-pack abs. If you are doing yoga to burn calories or to make up your muscles, obviously you are doing improper yoga. Yoga needs to be practiced in a very subtle, gentle way, not in a forceful muscle building way, because this is not about exercise. So hope you got to know about the 3 major yoga mistakes. And also I have talked about various other mistakes in this video. It is really the most commonest mistake that ones make while doing yoga. So I do recommend you to watch this video as well after this video. And lastly, I would like to say is that there is no aspect of life that is excluded from the yogic process. If your life becomes yoga, then you can do everything. You can run a family, you can go to office, you can run a business, you can do whatever you want without any problem. If your way of being becomes yoga, every aspect of life, either you can use it to entangle yourself or to liberate yourself. If you are using it to entangle yourself, this is known as karma. But if you are using it to liberate yourself, this is known as yoga. So hope you understood the video and found it meaningful. And if yes, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. And also do watch this video. It's a highly recommended video which you will really find meaningful. And so up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram. And also do share this with as many people as you can, especially those who are performing yoga in their day-to-day life and you know that they might be doing some mistake. Do share it. Namaskaram.